This is me in my actual cell that I stayed in for 65 straight days while I was locked in. That, my life changed in this room. As much as I hate people being incarcerated, I'm alive because of this room. My name is Jen, and I'm a woman in long-term recovery. If you have any questions about addiction, whether you are struggling, newly sober, sober for a long time, or anything in between, you've come to the right place. Today, I'm going to share with you all something I am extremely, extremely proud of. So if you've been following the channel for a while, you know that I am a formerly incarcerated person who has now turned around and become a CARC and a SERPA. I have videos listed explaining what that means and what I do. So basically, I'm a certified addiction recovery coach and a certified advocate for people in recovery. Going on 3 years, actually, I took a job at an agency called ADAC, Alcohol and Drug Abuse Council of Delaware County. Their primary focus and specialization is prevention from going into active addiction and prevention from going back when you get out of incarceration, things like that. During COVID, unfortunately, I was not able to go and do my actual job in person because it was COVID, like many of us. And I was doing it virtually or via the phone, or some people that were on the outside I was able to meet with. And then COVID lifted and restrictions lifted. And I am now able to go into the Delaware County Jail where I was once an inmate 5 short years ago. And I get to work with the inmates, and I get to coach them and advocate for them and do a version of case management with them. I went and did a PREA training, which is the Prison Rape Elimination Act. And I went and did that. I remember leaving, and it was a really humbling experience. This program, I will post the link to this entire article so you guys can see it because it's absolutely amazing. This program is a program that helped me save my life. If you look back on my channel, you will see that I did an interview with Derek Johnson. Derek Johnson was my recovery coach when I was an inmate in the Delaware County Jail. And this program was the difference in me learning to love myself, learning that I wanted a better life, and learning to move forward. On a personal level, this job is not just a job, right? This job is me carrying buckets back into hell to bring our brothers and sisters out on the other side. This job is me paying rent every day to my sobriety. This job is me making the world a better place. And this job is me showing my fellow people in addiction and recovery that they too are worth a better life. So this just is just a menial job to get a paycheck. As a convicted felon, I get to go back and forth into a jail that literally was once my prison, where I lost myself and found myself. And I get to facilitate hope, right? Like, I get to hopefully be for somebody what somebody was for me. And I find like this is a really huge honor that not everybody gets, right? I worked really, really, really hard to get to this point. I worked really hard to get the respect and trust of the individuals who have given it to me. And it's just really fucking humbling to go back in and do this work. And I don't take any of it for granted. And I hope I make a difference. I hope they trust me, and I'm pretty sure they do. And I'm just really honored. And I get to go in once a week right now because that's all my schedule is allowing, unfortunately. That's for another video. Bella has to have surgery. Nothing major, thank God, but it's a process. And I get to go in and I get to work with people and I get to help them build self-esteem and help them build self-worth. And I get to ask them questions and I throw everybody off. Like I have an intake form that I made. Megan helped me make it. And every day that I go in, I get to ask people these crazy questions, like these super serious questions, like what's your drug of choice? You know, what led you to doing drugs? What's this? What's that? And then I ask them, I throw in random questions, and everybody gives me the same face because they are sure that they did not hear me properly, or I said something really crazy, because I'm like, what's your favorite color? And they're like, my favorite color? And I'm like, yeah, bro, what's your favorite color? And then they tell me, and blue seems to be very popular this last month. And then I ask them silly things like, what's your quote of the day? And they're like, my quote of the day? And I'm like, yeah, like, what's your Rocky theme song that plays in your head to get you through this shit? People tell me like one word answers. Other people get really in depth with it. Other people just look at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, what is it? Like, and I'll give them like weird little examples, and I'll be like, but you can't use that, you know? And then the following week that I meet with them, I will actually bring them in a quote sheet that they're allowed to keep. Moving forward, I'll be like, quote of the day, and they'll randomly, they're starting to get used to me. They'll randomly throw stuff out at me. And it's amazing, you know? And I remember when I was like getting my badge to go in and stuff, I remember asking the lady who was doing it, I was like, this lets me out, right? I can scan the doors in and I can scan the doors out. And she was started laughing, and she was like, yes, Jen, you can scan the doors in and out. No one who hasn't been there before is going to get it. Like that. That's scary. This was very, very surreal to me. And then I have these pictures virtually, so I will share them virtually, but I just wanted to share this with you. This is me in my actual cell that I stayed in for 65 straight days while I was locked in. That, my life changed in this room. As much as I hate people being incarcerated, I'm alive because of this room. This room saved my life. God, I remember playing cards here at this table every day after dinner, spades. You know, and pictures like this, for someone like me to be able to sit at a table, a desk, an area like this, I still work on certain emotions too, right? Just because I'm sober and everyone thinks I'm like this recovery rock star, pride is still really funny to me because I've never had it before. You know, and I'm 43, and 5 years of sobriety compared to the other 30 something years of life without it is, it's different. It's new. It's unfamiliar, but it's there. And I've always had pride for other people, other things. Like, I'm very proud of my daughter. I'm very proud of the relationship that we have. Like, I have pride for those things, but personal pride, it's still kind of, it's definitely there, more so than it ever has been, but it's new. And it's nice. It definitely is. You know, I'm very proud of this entire article. So I have to give credit where credit is due. Jessica Vecchione took the pictures, and she's just an amazing videographer and an amazing picture taker. And I'm very grateful for her in my life. She is 100% my mother figure, and I adore that woman. And she is just literally another gift of sobriety, because if I didn't start SMACT, like if I wasn't involved in SMACT and I wasn't in prison in jail, when I was before prison, obviously, none of this would have been possible. And then the amazing Amber Gray, who is on Jessica's team, who I know for a very, very, very long time, and I love dearly, she wrote this article. I was interviewed, and then they surmised it, and it's just so beautifully done. I am completely, totally honored to be the subject of it. kind of crazy. Sometimes I lose sight of what I'm grateful for in life or how blessed that I am because other things get so heavy. And I think this is really valid recently for a lot of us, right? We get so caught up in how bad things have been or how bad things are going that we forget there's so much good. It's so much easier to wallow in the bad than celebrate the good. And I don't know why human nature is like that. But that's for another video. This is, so I'm going to show you this picture, right? That is an inmate that I have been working with since November. His name is Jerry. And Jerry's going to make it. He comes prepared. He's eager. He's open and honest. And this actually is for me to give him tomorrow. I printed this out for him because he deserves to have a copy of this. I want every single person who is struggling with their recovery or is newly in recovery or thinking about recovery, I want everyone to know I am not the exception to the rule. I am not special. I am ordinary. Any one of us soldiers, because that's what we are capable of this. It is not easy. It is difficult. You give your blood, sweat, and tears, and people will be nasty to you, and people will say stuff. But I swear to you, I am not the exception. We are all capable of this. All of us. I hate that people think they can't do this too. We have enough people against us. Don't be against yourself. You know, I'm blessed. My higher power has shown me a different level of living and a different world. And it is through that constant grace that I am able to do the things that I do. I don't care if you believe in Jesus. I don't care if you believe in stones. I don't care if you believe in a piece of rice. We all need to have a faith in something because when the times get tough, we need to have faith in something. For me, my higher power looks very different. You know, I use that 3-letter word, but my version of my God is mine, and it is very private and personal. And I don't expect anyone else to understand it or relate. And I just feel like it's super important. We're all in recovery from something. It's super important to have that faith in something else to get through when the times get tough, because believe you me, they get tough. Sober, active addiction, never have used a drug, mental health, no mental health, blah, blah, blah. Times get tough. That's life, right? Again, life is not linear. I think that's going to be like our motto for a while around here because it needs to be. I just wanted to share this super important story with you guys. It is posted already in my YouTube community. I'm real proud of this. Even though we don't understand the judicial system and its motives and mentality, these programs, this is how we change the world. One human being at a time. This is how we make things better. This is what we do to show compassion and kindness. This is what we do to make life more tolerable when we are incarcerated. We bring somebody in with lived life experience who says, bro, I know how you feel. I get it. And I tell them all the time, like, I wore these clothes that you have on too. Y'all got better shoes now than I did, actually. The simple fact that this is my job and this is what I get paid to do, so I'm able to provide for my family, help the people I care about, and help my own sobriety. I'm blessed. I am blessed. And I have forgotten that a little bit lately because things have been really difficult in my personal life with a multitude of different things. I'm sober. My child is beautiful and healthy other than her tonsils. My husband is sober. We are actively working as a family. We have so many beautiful things coming down the pipeline. Anthony lives with us. I'm completely blessed by that because I absolutely love that boy like he's my own child. Megan has extended in rehab, and we are incredibly proud of her. I need to start counting my blessings more. And this is truly one of them. This has been my bucket list since I got released from prison. And I can check that off. I hope everybody is having a great day. And remember, we recover loudly so those behind us do not suffer in silence. Bye.